And then I went and drink, and I got up the following morning, a huge hangover. I looked myself in the mirror and say, is this what you're gonna do for the rest of your life? And I'm like, hell no, no, time for a change. Yeah, because like with me now, I don't say I'm tired no more. I don't use tired, I use triumphant.
Hey, how are you?
Fine. And you?
Very good. I'm back here in San Pedro for another episode of Melissa Pearo's Belize It or Not, and I have the running man, King Lion.
One and only.
One and only, yeah.
One and only.
I've heard all these stories, and we've actually messaged back and forth a few times about training, but we've never met face to face. So this,
until now.
Until now. Estelle doesn't have any tables, so we're gonna have to like find our own little spot to sit. We can just go out here, sit on the ledge.
Sure.
Is that good?
Yeah.
It's on here.
Okay.
I know that you are a long distance runner.
Yeah.
And I've read a little bit of stuff about you, but tell me a little bit about growing up here in Belize. Where did you actually grow up at?
I'm originally from Belize City. Yeah, I live out here for the past 22 years now. Yeah.
In San Pedro?
Yeah.
Okay. How old are you now?
Only 43.
You're 43?
Yeah.
You're in very good shape for 43.
Nice. Before I was running, I was like bartender / waiter. From there, I went on my own, started doing barbecue. I built some apartments.
And now you're running.
Yeah.
So how did you go from bartending and building apartments to running? And not just running like from here to there.
No.
I'm talking like running a long freaking way.
Well, I had some family issues, so I just decided to run the beach. And I was doing it like for a month. A good friend of mine is like, Lion, there's a race coming up. I'm like, dude, I'm not practicing for no race. I'm just running to clear my mind. And he's like, no, you should try it. I'm like, let me think about it. Next day, 2 weeks came, he like, hey, it's getting closer. What you gonna do? I'm like, what am I looking at? He's like, oh, a half marathon. I'm like, I don't even know what's a half, full, or 3/4. He's like, okay, 13.1 mile. I'm like, huh? So I'm like, I'm barely making it past 7 miles. And he's like, try it. And I end up trying it. I did it in 3 hours and 33 minutes, barefooted too.
Do you always run barefooted?
No.
That was just then.
The tennis that I purchased the night before, he had a mind of his own that the two bottom, the soling would leave me halfway the race. And yeah, so I had to.
Just barefooted?
Yeah, I mean, well, they say if you're going to start something, you make sure you finish it. And so I finished it. Fast forward, like a month later, he's like looking at me, he said, Lion, there's the next one.
There's always the next one.
Yeah, like really? I said, 30 miles, no. 26 from Belmopan to Pearo. I said, that's hills.
Yeah. And how many years ago was this? This isn't that long ago.
No, that's 4 years ago. I mean, actually 5, because May 3rd, that's why I'm doing this. May 3rd would make me 5 years running.
Now, another thing that I read, I don't know if it's true or not, is that you had issues with alcohol prior to all this.
Yeah.
And, like you said, a lot of things was going on with your family, and so you overcame that. Yeah. So was that part of the reason why you were running? And
yes, that's the whole, I mean, like my alcohol habit hadn't made me lose my family. It was 2 in 1. My girl, she took the kids, and my mom said she washed her hands off me. And like that was just minutes apart. And then instead I went and drink again. And I got up the following morning, a huge hangover. I went into the shower, took a shower. I looked myself in the mirror and say, is this what you're gonna do for the rest of your life? Because if it's this, then I don't blame them to do what they did.
Right.
And I'm like, nah, hell no, time for a change. And that's when I just hit the beach just to try and
started running.
Yeah.
Now you're very well known for running, and you actually did, I don't know, I think it was about a year ago, you ran 101 miles?
December 19th, just went. December
over a year ago.
No, just December.
Oh, just a few months ago.
Yeah.
101 miles, non-stop.
Non-stop.
I can't even imagine. I'm a former professional bodybuilder, and so I want to get into the training with you a little bit later.
Yeah.
But just for for running that long, how many hours were you running?
Oh, that was only 21 hours and 40 minutes.
Only 21 hours.
Yeah.
Only 21 hours.
Yeah.
Did you eat? I would think you would have to eat something.
Well, what I did, I made a drink, liquid food I call it. It's all veggies, but then I boiled boiled pasta and chop it up and put it in there for a little bit more heavier.
Right, yeah, for some carbs.
Yeah. You know, I believe I lost like 10 pounds on that.
Oh, I believe it. I definitely believe that. Yeah, I couldn't even imagine. And our training is probably so completely opposite from whenever I was doing bodybuilding to what you're doing now. A lot of people probably think, oh, a runner, all you do is you go out there and run. Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot more to it than that.
There is. Like right now I'm training to try and get 26 miles in like 2 hours and a half right now. I already have the this distance covered. So now it's just speed work I have to work on. And watch what I eat too, because I can't just eat everything.
Right.
What I'm trying to do too is go vegetarian.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Vegetarian.
I'm trying it, but like they call me lion, and sometimes that lion comes out is like I want meat.
yeah, I wouldn't be able to do a vegetarian diet. And then I know whenever we first talked, and you had family here, and you were saying how it was hard because they want to go out and do things and drink, and you're like, I can't do that. And I was like, oh, I totally understand. I had to go through the same thing, with the bodybuilding training and getting ready for a show. People don't know, you really have to keep your body in tip-top shape, not just for your one little event, but it's a dedication of daily thing.
Last year now, what happened for the COVID, then we went on lockdown and all that, I was breaking the curfew. I was like getting up 4 a.m. If the police they are on the beach side, I go from the Dutch.
You could probably just outrun them though.
Yeah.
Or at least the distance. I'm certain they're not going to be able to run as many miles as you can run. So you just keep going. They'll give out.
The good part about COVID, it helped me got better. January when I did my last full marathon, it was 3 hours and 46 minutes. And December it was 3 hours and 16 minutes. So I took off half an hour.
I guess that you don't normally run 100 miles frequently.
No.
That's just like once a year thing?
Yeah, it's going to be a once a year thing now.
And you're putting on that event yourself?
This one is the one that I'm going to do in a couple of weeks from now. This is a tour of the country. We're going to do all the districts. We're going to start at Carrizal and end out here from the 26th of April to the 3rd of May. It's going to be a half marathon each district.
Oh, each district has a separate half marathon.
Yes. So what I want to do is advertise the country. We need more tourists, so I want to go to each district, advertise it, and sell it. Like I say, we're going to start at Carrizal and we're going to finish out here. We're going to start right in front
here. What's the day that you'll finish then?
That'll be the 3rd of May.
Every day is a different district. Okay. Yes. So there are 6.
And because Belmopan is city now, so we're going to include Belmopan too. So it'll be Carrizal, Orange Walk, Toledo, Stann Creek, Cayo, Belmopan, Belize City, then out here. Okay. That's why I say 8.
Are you going to do all of them? Do most people do all of them, or just like?
No. But you see, like I always tell people, I am wired different. Most people run 100 miles. And that's why I add the one onto it. I wanted to do 101.
101?
Yeah.
That makes
sense. It rings
sense.
a bell to 101 miles.
Besides the running that you do here, you're wanting to try to qualify for the Olympics.
Yeah. That's 2024, but I think they say qualification for that is next year, June or something like that.
And so where do you have to go for that?
I think it's like in the States.
And so that's what you're needing to help with your training and your travel for doing that?
Yep.
Are there any other Olympian Belizeans?
The guys, they went like for track and field, not for the marathon that I really want to push.
Okay. So you want to do a marathon in the Olympics. So how many miles?
That's 26.2 miles.
And I've seen a couple of your things with your training that, well, actually, Jason was telling me, he's like, oh yeah, I like heard this clicking, like, boom, boom, boom. He's like, I look out the window, and he's like, I see him running down the road with these chains and a tire, like hooked onto him, just like running. So is that typical for your training? A lot of bodybuilders do that. They'll drag some tire or something through a parking lot. We don't run like a long distance with a tire.
Well, I do it because we don't have any hills.
So that helps you with the hill training then?
Yeah. Last week we went in Orange Walk to do a training run, and I thought the time would have been bad because of the hills. It was like 3 hours 13 minutes. I took off 3 minutes from December gone.
Oh, that's good. So do you do any weight training in a gym?
No, all my stuff is home. I make my own. If I don't have barbells, then I'll just fill a bucket to an amount of water.
Yep. Not being able to go to a gym is not an excuse. You can always find
Exactly.
something to lift and curl or bend over and pick up. And
Yep. You can do your push-ups. There's a lot you can do. You don't need to, the gym is closed so I can't work out. No, that's bull,
Yeah. However, that has been kind of my excuse the last year. I haven't, I haven't worked out in a year myself at all. So, but I need to get back into it and practice what I talk.
Yeah. Practice what you preach. Like,
yeah. I know what I had to go through whenever you have family and friends and they want you to go out and they're drinking and they're like, oh, it's just like one meal or just have a couple of drinks. Your race isn't for another month. You'll be fine. How do you deal with that?
Friday, I didn't handle that one well. They got there like 12 noon, and I'm like, and they're supposed to leave like 4. I'm like, 4 hours? Not much can happen in 4 hours.
Yeah.
So we end up went to John Bill's. I had a burger, but I took the burger home because I had already just drunk a glass of my V9 juice. That's a whole lot of vegetables in one. Had a couple of beers. Some other family came at the same time. I'm like, Well,
can you tell, like, if you were to go have food that you don't normally eat, or you have even a couple of beers, can you tell, like, in the next day that it affects your running abilities?
It all depends on how much. Like for this weekend, I only had like maybe 4 or 6, and
You're still good.
Yeah.
But you're like a machine, though. Also, you're
Yeah.
You couldn't do that a lot.
No.
Once you can get by with.
I wouldn't want to do that either.
Right.
Yeah. That won't be too good on the body.
The only way that I could get people to understand whenever I'd be prepping for a show that I can't just eat whatever I want, or I can't just drink whatever I want.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, just one thing, it won't hurt you. I'd just be like, it may not, maybe it wouldn't. However, in my head, I want to do the best that I can do, and if I'm eating that and I'm drinking that, that's not doing the best I can do.
Nope.
And they really can't say anything to that.
I really never did take this running that serious. I went to Mexico a couple of times. The day before, I would be like, I was partying and have a full marathon to run the following morning. And I would be like, okay, then those tequila and those beers are not working good. I was just doing it for the fun of it.
Right. Now your mind's a little different. To be an elite athlete and to be an Olympian, that takes a little more dedication and focus.
A lot more, not just a little more, a lot more. Going to Mexico made me realize it's like, hey, you could be really up there if you will get your shit together. First, I was just going to say I went just to bring back a shirt and a medal. I went to Sinaloa and they were giving away cars for the winner.
So have you won a car yet?
Not yet. But it's on the agenda.
Okay, right. Now, what would you do with a car? Because you do live here on the island, right?
Well,
would you bring it here?
I go back and forth there now and again. I look at YouTube and I see those big races in London and those places. I'm like, man, I want to reach there.
So what's the biggest, most prestigious race you've ever ran in so far?
Well, the other ones who are in Mexico, it's like I want to reach out there. I want to reach like the Boston Marathon. But my biggest dream is to reach Europe.
In order to do that, do you need help with sponsors?
Yes, most definitely I need sponsors because plane ticket is one thing. Hotel is not next. And then whenever I go to Mexico, I normally try and go a week before to get my body used to the climate and all that. So it's not like go today and run tomorrow. That hurts.
Yeah. Now, even whenever you're running here, whenever you did the 101 mile thing, that was here in Belize. So what's the temperature? It's not like you're running in a cool temperature.
It was hot.
Yeah,
it was hot.
That's what I was thinking. That's a little steamy.
Yeah, it was hot. After that, I looked like a roast lobster. I guess the asphalt, the pavement, made it much hot. I was so glad when evening come when it's starting to cool down.
Yeah.
Like,
So what? It's probably like in the 80s. High
no, I
80s?
think it was over 90. It was
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite hot to be running. Now you're not like sprinting.
No,
It's just a slow, casual pace, typically, right?
What happened to me, I underestimate the hills. Those are the ones that really put some hurt on me up into Belmopan area.
Mm-hmm.
Those hills, man, when I'm in vehicle, I look at them, I'm like, oh, I would just run over them. And I'm like, man, when are we going to reach the top? We're going up, and can't reach the top. I'm like, damn. And it was 2.
Yeah, once you get over one and then you're like, you're done. And they're like, oh, no, I'm not done. There's another one.
Yeah. Yeah, I really underestimated these hills. I will never do that again. Never underestimate them.
So all the stuff you're doing right now is basically as ramping up for training to try to qualify for the Olympics in 2024.
Yeah,
now,
that's what I do. I try, like I say, I take all of these as a time trial to get to that.
And you said you're 43. I don't know like the normal average age for Olympian runner.
Something like that would be within 19 and 25.
Oh, so you're like old person.
Yeah.
So that would really be even more amazing
Yep.
to be in the Olympics at running long distances.
At that age. I'm 43 now.
Like 3 more years.
Yeah, 3 more years, so I'll be 46.
Here's the secret is you just say your age in US. Like I had my birthday here and I'm 48, so I said I'm 24 US.
US, yeah. What I like to say is I'm 43 kilometers.
Oh, okay, yeah, that works too. Yeah.
Yeah, kilometers.
Kilometers, yeah. I noticed you say miles as opposed to kilometers.
Yeah, because they said the international thing is to say kilometers.
Right.
Yeah,
so I was surprised that you even were speaking about miles.
Yeah, well, it sounds more long in miles. Somewhere.
Well, at least, and I wouldn't know what you're talking about in kilometers. I'd be like, okay, that sounds really far. I don't.
But when you say 101 miles, it's like.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot. So what's 101 miles in kilometers?
And that'll be a lot. That'll be like maybe 500, 600 kilometers.
Oh, maybe you should use that then.
Yeah. But then my man would say, man, we won't be able to do that. So this is the only time we want to use miles, 101.
Right.
Because if you say 600 kilometers, my mind is like, shit, bro. No,
yeah,
no,
I would do that too with some of my training. You come up with little gimmicks to kind of trick your mind and what you're able to do and what you're capable of.
Yeah, because like with me now, I don't say I'm tired no more. I don't use tired. I use triumphant. Because if when I get it over with, they say maybe your muscles are fatigued. Mm-hmm. I say, yeah, probably muscles are fatigued, but we're not tired. We're triumphant. We went out, get the job done.
Yeah, you did it.
Yeah, so we're triumphant and victorious. Whenever you're like going up a hill and your legs starting to talk to you, say, hey, we're triumphant. We came this far, let's go, we're triumphant. Let's get it done.
Yeah.
Let's finish it.
So running that far, I would imagine you have to eat a lot. Because, I mean, I've seen, things on the news whenever the Olympics is going on, how much, like the swimmers, I can't think of his name right now, but, I mean, just a ridiculous amount of calories these guys would eat. So do you eat a lot during the day?
I do, but I eat like not that big. I'll eat portions and portions. Yeah, but not really that big. And mostly what I'll snack on is the soda biscuits. I would snack on soda biscuits and like I say, I keep my bottle of the vegetable juice. So I was drink those.
Yeah, you can handle a lot more carbs than what I could in my training. Yeah. But even with that, I would eat 6 meals a day. And I always had my little cooler with me with all of my food, portioned out, little Ziplocs, weighed out, every single day. I took it because I didn't know what the day would bring. I was like, if it's time to eat, I have to eat.
Yeah, yep. Well, I like you say, I could go more. I try to keep my weight between 170, 165. And then long distance, then the night before, then I will just throw on lot of pasta and so, and then.
And with running that much, you don't want just a whole bunch of muscle on your frame because that'll slow you down.
Yeah. If you ever seen the African, they run, they are like.
Yeah, they're very very thin.
Yeah, but they're doing 4 minutes a mile. And just before I went, 2 weeks ago, I put myself on a diet. Try and lose 10 pounds, but I did lose 8. And I guess so that helps a lot when I went into the hills to break that did 3 minutes less too.
Yeah. Now, do you have a trainer that you work with at all, or you just do everything on your own?
No, I just do everything on my own, and I take tips from people, and I will put it together and like see what works for me, and that's the thing.
Well, it sounds pretty amazing to me. I mean, for your age, and only been doing this for 4 years, and then the aspirations to be in the Olympics, and
yeah.
But he needs sponsors to get there.
I need a lot, plenty. And then with this one right here, with this one coming up in a couple months.
So anyone out there, anyone who's out there who's a runner and would like to come and run the whole country of Belize with the COVID restrictions, how is that going to affect this?
Well, we'll just, like I say, it's not a race because we don't want to go, because right now they are not making you do no race. So this is just my personal run. But whosoever wants to come and join me, they are willing to come along, and we'll keep that 6 foot 6.
Right.
Yes.
So you don't have to wear a mask, because that would be excruciating.
Yeah,
running.
We probably won't make it to the finish line.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I will not be there because I couldn't run from here to the street.
But then you don't have to run. You could walk a little piece, because it's like a run walk.
Yeah.
Just to advertise the country and.
Yeah, but it would be a good way to see the country, definitely.
Oh yes, I'm like, hey guys, we're not in a rush, we're Orange Walk, like from Corazal to Orange Walk, well, that's not going to be no rush. Now from Orange Walk to Punta Gorda, now we'll probably pick it up a little, but that's my the area I love the most, that the Hummingbird Highway.
Yeah. If people wanted to do this over multiple days, what are the accommodations?
Well, they will have to.
They'll just find their own.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, they will have to do that
at each facility.
Yeah.
Okay, but you could give them information of of where some ideas of where to stay.
Yeah, or they could probably book the same hotel I'm staying at too.
Okay. So again, anyone out there, this is April 26th to May 3rd, a long distance run in every district of Belize. You definitely have my respect, because I know what it takes to train at at that really high level and have aspirations to meet a goal, and got all these outside distractions of.
Yeah, tell me about it. To reach that level that I want to reach, I supposed to be at like in a training camp, because we don't have that here. I have a friend on he's in Africa, and he's like, you should come over, we can. I'm like, yeah, it's easy to say, dude. To get there is just one thing. First of all, I need a plane ticket. First of all, I need pocket money, because I can't be staying at your place. So
you got to eat and everything.
So that's where big sponsors I need, to reach that goal. But until then, I'm just working with what I have. By all means, I'll get there.
So anyone out there who wants to be known as like the first sponsor of the first Belizean Olympia marathon runner, here you go. Yeah. Here's the guy.
Yeah, that's my dream. That's my dream, is to reach out there, be the first.
Well, at least you have a good view.
Oh, yes.
You can go run up and down the beaches.
Yes, and this is what inspired me in the morning to get up. It's like, man, I got that beautiful sea out there, the breeze is blowing.
And it's hard to run in the sand. That even adds another level of difficulty.
Yep. I have like three courses that I run. I have the beach, I have the off-road, then I have the cobblestone.
And you're wearing shoes now, right?
Oh, yes. Yes, I am. I love the terrain that I have, because I make it as an obstacle for me.
So I'm guessing you probably do some amount of running every day.
Oh, yeah.
Like what's just, to get up and go do how far? Just on average?
Well, let me see.
Just a leisurely little run. How far is that?
Okay, well, the easiest run I would say is 9 miles.
9 miles?
Yeah, that's like...
that's a long ways.
I'm not going far today, so I'll just go.
You just go 9 miles.
Yeah, so that's nothing.
No big deal.
That's from my house all the way down south and come back.
How long is this whole, I've heard it's like 20, 25 miles, the whole island here?
It's from end to end, I'm not really sure, but it's supposed to be around that, not over 25 and less than 30. Last year, September, I made 46 miles out of it. Yeah, I did a couple circles, went up to Secret Beach, came back down, went down north, all the way down north, come back down, went south again, so I got 46 miles out of it.
In a day?
Yeah, in 7 hours.
I'm completely impressed.
I started run the 1:30 in the morning.
At 1:30 in the morning?
Yeah.
Well, I guess no one's out then.
No, people were at the they were at the club.
Oh, they're still out partying, and,
Yeah.
and you're just going for a 40-some mile run.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, you guys party, I'll just.
So is your family like accepted this now? You said that.
Yeah.
You're not married now?
No.
You said that there was issues with that. And how many kids do you have?
I have 4 kids. Like I say, yeah, it's all sorted out now. My mom, she's proud of she was proud of me for just the regular running, and when she heard about that 101, she's like, yeah, so it's all sorted out.
Well, good. Sounds like things are turning around. So hopefully you're going to get to the Olympics and meet all your goals.
Yep. I'm going to get there.
I think so. I think you will.
Oh, for
So
sure.
are you going to be posting this, like your progress whenever for this run?
Yeah, I'll have this girl videoing. I'm trying to get everything finished up, so like the following 2 weeks I just can run and relax.
Yeah.
And just get in the mindset.
Right.
To go do that.
Yeah. That's a lot of it. Get the right mental vision going.
That's where I'll start from the mind.
Yeah.
Because for getting to do this 101, it wasn't just a physical thing, it had to be a mental thing too. Because getting through the sun, that was one thing. Then the hills, that was the next. Honestly, at one point I was like doubting myself, did you went and bite off more than you can chew?
Yeah.
But same time a phone call came in and the guy said, hey Lion, I said, what up? He say, Ardone, say, get this done. He say, all the doubters are calling him and say, see, we told you he won't going to reach halfway. He's not going to reach halfway. And I'm like,
yes,
no,
I am.
I'm going to finish this. And like I tell him, consider it done. So when I heard that and I was questioning myself, I'm like, you know what? You got to stop act like a Lala milk and start, let's get this thing going.
Yeah.
That's when I
the
just...
doubters, that can give you a lot of motivation.
Yep.
So how did you get the name King Lion? Where did that come from?
Well, when I was living in Belize City, I had this neighbor. He was Lion. I was younger than him, and so we were brothers. So he was Lion and I was the cub, and then we started putting on the tattoos, Lion, and right from there it just...
Well, then how did you go from cub to king?
Well, because he's there and I'm out here.
So you're like, I can be the king over
Yeah.
here. Anything else you want to share with anyone?
Just support me. Help me to accomplish my dream. Help me to get there. And thank you.
And come see Belize.
This
country of Belize.
Yeah, come enjoy the nice Caribbean Sea.
And go for a run with this guy. He'll go for a run with you.
Oh yes, I will.
That's another tour business. You have the runners from all over the world, and you bring them here, and you take them on runs.
Yeah, or they take me on runs. Like I always say, to get better, you got to run with the best to beat the best.
Yeah, you do. You have to put yourself up against people that you know are better than you.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get beat, but that makes you want to be that much better. Yeah, and that's another thing. It would be hard to have constant motivation. If you're already, which I'm sure you are, better than anybody here who's running, you're kind of like, oh yeah, I'm the shit, I'm good.
Like right now I need to get out to like go where other people are more faster than me so that I could like reach that level now. But until then I just got to do what I got to do here.
Right.
Maybe instead of people running with me, if I like, let's say I'm going on a 6 mile run at a tempo at a time, I'll let someone ride a bike or a cycle, to pace me. Like,
I'll do a golf cart.
All right,
I'll drive the golf cart by you.
Come
on, faster.
My training for tomorrow is gonna be intervals, 1 mile intervals. It'll be like 6 minutes for the mile. I gotta keep it within 6 minutes. Do the first one, rest for like 3 minutes, then go again. I gotta do that for like 6 times tomorrow. So to keep that 6 minutes, I would definitely need like a pacer to keep me on time. If I can't get them to run with me, at least ride a bike or a bicycle or a golf cart, something.
Great. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap this up and get out of here. Thanks again for talking to us. And
remember, 101 again, December. You should be here for that.
But that's over on the mainland.
Yeah.
Where does it start and end at?
We'll start it this time. From from Corozal border, come all the way down
most people do this non-stop, or do people take a rest?
Most when I look at it on the YouTube, they rest. They'll take a half an hour to like recover and like no, I want to.
You just go.
Yeah, that's.
So is there a time limit? It's 101 miles, but is there like you got to start here, but you got 3 days to finish it, or?
It's normally within 24 hours.
Okay, you got to do it in 24 hours.
Yeah, so I did it in 21. This month, this year now, I want to break my time. I want to break that 21 hours.
And that's December again.
December.
Everyone wants to come to Belize and run 101 miles.
Yep.
With King Lion.
King Lion. Yep. That's the name of it. King Lion 101 mile BZ.
All right.
Yep.
Make your plans.
Yeah,
start training now.
Yeah, they need to, because that's when I started training last year. I started from March. It took like 9 months, and then apart from the 9 months, all the other runs, a lot of mind. You gotta be strong in your mind. Yep.
All right. Well, I'm not doing it. Not me. Unless it's in a car.
It's only 101.
I know.
And we can do it in can get it done in 18 hours this time, so it'll be faster for you.
Not even if I had roller skates, I wouldn't be able to do it.
The thing I love about it is like people, you don't even know, people coming out, handing you Gatorade, water, ice, food.
Uh-huh.
You know, that was like, for me it was love. I'm like, man.
Great.
You know? A whole family was sitting on the side of the road waiting for me to pass. Grandma, grandpa, the whole kid of them were like, yeah, Lion, go. That really gave me like the
motivation.
To continue.
Yeah.
So even if I was thinking about giving up at maybe mile 75, 80 and people reaching out like that.
Yeah, it keeps you going.
Keeps me going. Yep.
All right, well, thank you again. We're going to get out of here.
Okay, then thank you too.
Are you running home now?
No, I'll probably walk.